Welcome back, people, to FTBL's YouTube channel. Listen, today I'm hosting. It's usually Liaz, but I got my boy in the booth, so I'm taking over the reins today. Listen, we know what's coming up. You can see it in the title. It's the biggest game of the season. So I had to bring in probably Arsenal's biggest voice on social media, the man, the one and only Troopz, back again. What are you telling me, bro?
Come on, fam. You know the vibe, blood. Big up Cams every time. Liaz, good to meet you, my bro. You understand? Man, love the work you man are doing. It's a pleasure to come on the show, fam. You feel me?
Come on, man. I appreciate that. Bro, listen, we ain't even gonna beat around it. We know what's coming tomorrow, bro. We know what's coming. Manchester. I was about to say Manchester United.
Yeah, wish,
We
blood.
ain't involved yet. We ain't involved yet.
Yeah, nah.
We're still learning.
Yeah, you man are still billing it.
Yeah. But listen, Manchester City versus Arsenal at the Emirates. I'm just going to say it straight up. I think this is the biggest game in the Emirates era. Straight up. Biggest game in the Emirates era. What are you saying?
I agree. There hasn't been a bigger game. You get me? This is the one, fam. You understand? The last one I can remember is probably Leicester when Welbs won it in the last minute. And I thought we was going to go on from that point. I was in the stadium that day. I was actually on that side when the foul was given and Ozil whipped it in. So I saw it from blood, the seams, fam. You understand? So, yeah, it's been a long time coming, fam. You get me? Man's been waiting for this moment. But hopefully, the man then can find the confidence to just deal with the thing. You get me? Cause right now, we're a bit shaky. We've been doing well. But right now, I think City are catching us at a good time.
Let's talk about that though. Like, what? Obviously, Arsenal haven't won in their last 3 games. Including the FA Cup. So, Man City, Everton, Brentford. What do you attribute, bro, to the downfall at the moment? Not necessarily the downfall. I wouldn't say it's the massive downfall, but what would you say has made the form turn a little bit?
I think we're too predictable. I think Arteta's got to make changes, blood. You get me? We've had the same lineup for maybe 6-7 games. There's been no changes since the World Cup. He's not giving Tierney no real opportunities. Because for me, like the Brentford game, for example, that was the perfect game for Tierney. You understand? You're at home. You don't need the inverted left back. Martinelli's been suffering. You get me? He's secluded on that left-hand side without Jesus down the middle, because Nketiah is just going to hold the line. He's not going to really do what Jesus would do. You understand? When Jesus was in the team, you were seeing Martinelli playing at a high level. Now he's still playing at that level, but he's not as impactful as he was before the World Cup. You get me? So I think that has a bit to do with it as well. I think since the World Cup, a couple of man, they're not playing to the level they were playing before the World Cup. I think Benny Blanco, he's not playing as well as he was playing. I think Saliba, I'm a big fan of Saliba. You get me? I'm the Saliba defense league, blood. You understand? I'm at the front of that league, blood. You understand? That's my brother. I've been campaigning for him from one day to come into this team. But I think him coming out of the French squad for the World Cup, I think that's kind of slowed him down. You get me? Because Gabriel, at the start of the season, if you said to me who was I more worried about giving away a mistake, I would have more said Gabriel, you get me? But Gabriel's been secretly carrying him for the last few weeks. You understand? So I think like we just need to get the confidence back in our game, blood. And then I think the free-flowing football will start.
I think Cam froze on us.
Yeah, I think he's back. Yeah, he's back again.
Yeah, you lot just carry on for a second. I'm just going to switch up something, yeah?
Absolutely. Yo, Troopz, I'm with you on that one, to be honest with you, because you're not the only person who I think would have said at the start of the season, Gabriel is the one who's shown in the past that he has a bit of a bozo moment in him. Like in the past few seasons when Arsenal tend to concede goals, it comes from him. But I'm with you this year. I think whether it's just maturity or whether it's having Saliba next to him, or whether it's just the team improving as a whole, he's been your standout defender. But the one I'm really interested in hearing more from when you talk about players that the last few weeks have probably declined is Gabriel Martinelli, because this was someone for me, Troopz, that I looked at the first half of the season. I know everyone is talking about Rashford right now, but you could have made the argument, in my opinion, that Martinelli was the best left winger the first 5 months of the season. since the World Cup is not the same, what do you kind of attribute that to? Is it just the team in general? Is it perhaps the absence of Gabriel Jesus?
I think Jesus is a big factor in his drop of form, because with Jesus there, he's got help, he's got support. You get me? When with Jesus not there, it's him one, and it's him one against the right back and the right midfielder and the DM, because they all go across, blood. It's the same with Saka. It's not just 2 man around them, it's 3 man around them, blood. So you can't expect him to, he'll brock a man and then he'll make space and then he'll get tackled. So it's difficult. If he's got 2 man or 1 man, he can make brock a man, make the move, bang. When you got 3 man on you, it's like, brother, yo, man, it's you understand? It's like, no, it's bro, you're stuck in the maze, blood. You understand? Zinchenko don't overlap. He goes to the halfway line and comes across, blood. You get me? He inverts too much. Whereas if you put a Tini in now, Tini's a proper left back. He's going to hold the left-hand side. He's going to fly up and down. You understand? He's going to overlap. He's going to be there when Martinelli wants the 1-2. He's going to, you understand? There's going to be more interchanging with just Nketiah and Zinchenko in that side with Martinelli. That does not work, blood. You understand? For the left-hand side to work with the inverted style of a Zinchenko, Jesus has to be in that team, blood. You get me? So for me, people are saying like drop Martinelli. I'm more like drop Nketiah and put Trossard in. So we have a more free-flowing front line. You understand? Because earlier in the season, the front line, you didn't know what position they was in. Saka would pop up on the right. Martinelli would pop up on the left. Jesus would be all over the place. Now, it's like they have one position. Saka's on the right. Martinelli's on the left. And Nketiah down the middle. If you put a Trossard in, he can play the whole front three. You understand? Saka can go along as well. As you saw earlier in the season. Martinelli, he can come in as well. You understand? So that's what I think, innit? Like, you're going to have to put in a more flair style of player in a Trossard and take out like an out-and-out striker in an Nketiah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same situation that we have where we talk about Lias for Man United. Like, we all think that Martial, as much as we might not think he's the greatest player, we think just him being there allows Rashford to be a little bit better on the left-hand side, allows Anthony or Sancho, whoever is playing, to actually have that kind of link-up instead of a Weghorst or what Cristiano was doing earlier in the season. So I kind of get that point of view. So would you say you're expecting to see changes against Man City, or do you think Arteta's gonna? I mean, that's a big game, bro. To say, you know what, I'm gonna make a massive change, because if it goes wrong, you know what people are gonna say. Oh, this person should have started. Why are you making changes now? We know our fixed 11. So do you think he's gonna make this change, or do you think he's just gonna stick with the 11 that he knows?
I personally think he'll stick with the 11. You get me? He doesn't seem like a man who's got a lot of flexibility. You understand? He's made the least amount of changes this season out of any of the top managers. You understand?
Yeah.
When he has his plan, his philosophy, as Van Gaal used to say, he sticks. It's real talk. He sticks with it, blood. You get me? You either what's that phrase, blood? You either drink the wine, or you go starve, blood. You get me? It's that, bro. You either take the water from the well, or nothing's gonna go on around here, blood. You get me? And I see that with Arteta, bro, because even when it comes to like making changes from the bench, it's the same change. You know what he's gonna do. It's kind of like Wenger. Like Wenger would be 70 minutes. All right, bang. You know the first change is gonna come. Arteta is like 60, 65. You know he's gonna bring off Martinelli. That's the first man who's coming off, blood. He could be the baddest man on the pitch. You know he's the first one coming off, blood. You get me? Then you know 80th minute, Tomiyasu's coming on. And then 92nd minute, Holding's coming on. It's predictable, bro. You get me? He needs to switch it up, bro.
He certainly is. What do you think about that?
Look, the way he's talking about it sounds like Ollie from last season. I know Ollie obviously on Arteta's level, but 60th minute, you know that same change is being made. He's coming up, though, against the mentor, obviously. And Pep, I want to ask you kind of on the City side of things. He's been making a lot of changes. Every single game, it seems like he's going into his big brain. You talk about philosophy. He's throwing everything at the wall. And recently, now you've seen Ruben Diaz. You're seeing Laporte back in the 11. When you talk about Manchester City, what do you believe is the reason for almost their downfall this season? Is it too much rotation? Is it Pep falling out with players? Is it perhaps maybe even losing Jesus to you guys and Zinchenko? What do you kind of attribute that to?
I think it's a few things, man. I think the players have achieved a lot. So when you've achieved a lot with the same group, you get kind of bored. You get me? I think their eyes and thoughts and brain have gone more to the Champions League. You get me? Obviously, they want to get that third title. The only man who has that is Fergie. No one's done 3 in a row. Man, I've done
times.
Yeah, you lads, blood. You get me? We could even do back-to-back, blood. We could even do Drake, bro. We got it, lost it, and then got it back, blood. You get me? Chelsea did back-to-back. City did back-to-back. Liverpool did Blackburn, blood. Won it one time, and it's there to go. I swear down, blood. But it's with City, it's I don't know, man. It's Haaland as well. He's changed their whole style of play. You get me? Because when you have Jesus, the whole invert, he's another miss because he's along the whole front line. With Haaland, your gameplay changes. You get me? You can see that when they get it, they're looking for him straight away. Yeah. You understand? In the last game, they looked like old school City, where they was playing it through, but then they had the option of going over the top. That's what was scaring me. It's that it's like they're mix and blending now. It's like Pep had enough of the whole Akanji and Ake. Like Ake did well. You get me?
It's not the level, innit? It's not the level, bro.
It's not Laporte. It's not Diaz. You understand? Yes. He had enough of them, man. He said, all right, I tried a thing. You understand? This ain't working, blood. Let me go old school, like, proven, trusted. Man know what they're doing, blood. Like Ronsul, bro. Does what it says on the tin. Walker, Diaz, Laporte. When I saw that on Sunday, I said, blood clot. Watch this man now. Yeah, you want to come Emirates with the whole thing, innit? Yeah, Gundogan's back in. Foden all of a sudden, he ain't got flu no more. You get me? He's coming off the bench, blood. I'm like, bro, like, you understand? This FFP thing's gone left because you pissed the man off, blood. You understand? They should have held it down to the end of the season and then let the cat out the bag. You, man, have done the worst thing, bro, because Pep has turned into a Fergie, a Wenger, a Benitez, when you're like, yo, all these men are against us. Siege mentality, yeah? No one likes us, bro. You know that we're the Don Dadders. You know we're the king of the ting. We have to show them, man, there now. We're the king of the ting, blood. You get me? So it's like you've awoken a beast, blood. You get me? Because that man, there was a pit bull in a cage. You're just poking them. Yeah. And like every now and again, they would, but they're just, no. But now the door's open. Yeah. You get me? And I'm like, blood clot, you're letting them out the cage at the wrong time, blood. Because De Bruyne, you get me? He looked a lot better on Sunday. You understand? Yeah. Mahrez has been like, it took him a while to get into the team, but from he got in, blood, you get me? He's been doing his thing. Grealish has done his thing this season. Haaland, Haaland kind of slowed down, blood. You get me?
Low key.
He only scores 1 goal a game on average now.
You understand? He's not banging 3-4 goals a game, blood. You get me? And up at Etihad, Holding had him quiet. You get me? For that first half. So, and in the second half, when we had the trusted Saliba and Gabriel, he didn't do nothing, blood. You get me? Because Saliba's problem is when you run in behind him. So Rashford would give him problems. Man with pace. If it's a man that's going to play in front of him, where Haaland's got pace, but he's not going to really do the whole last man like Rashford and play on you. He's gonna want it in front of him. Saliba will thrive with that.
Yeah, it's because the worst thing is like Haaland, when he does try and do that, he has not been getting the ball from Man City. City seem to use him for his like height and his in-box mad movement. But Haaland, if you look at him at Dortmund, that guy was off the man, off the last man. Sancho, whoever, just give it to me. I'm gone. Because we know his pace is mad. We saw it on the weekend. Mad. How did he burn Emi Martinez, burnt the centre half, all of them, and got the ball? But City, some reason, you know how City are. They don't release the ball early. They like to get it to Grealish. He's going to give it back to whoever, and he's going to pass it. So every time Haaland's making them runs, he's not getting the ball. But I'm just wondering now if maybe because of what Pep said and City are maybe going to try and find their groove, if there is the case where they do look at Saliba's, not I wouldn't say form, but yeah, Saliba in his moment at the current time and Gabriel, and just think, you know what? Let's release Haaland a little bit earlier today. You know what I mean? Arsenal are going to be high because you're at Emirates. I expect Arsenal, they're not going to do no banks or four. They're going to get on the ball and try and play. You've actually got a transition monster, bro, in Haaland. So I'm going to be very interested to see if City try and use him in some kind of like pin-up, kind of drop deep Harry Kane thing like how he's been trying to do lately, or if he's just going to try and go after the last man. Because I think that's a key battle right there, man. Saliba and Gabriel versus Haaland it's going to be good to see, bro. For over 90 minutes, that's going to be a good clash. But what do you think, Liaz?
Listen, man, I agree. I'm looking honestly all over the pitch, and I think it's fascinating. You got so many like individual battles between certain players. Like you got, for example, Mahrez versus Zinchenko. If Zinchenko is to play, Zinchenko for me is brilliant on the ball, but 1v1, I've always said you can get at him. Can Mahrez exploit that and win that individual battle? Obviously, you got the midfield. Me and you, Cam, we agree. Arsenal's midfield 3 this season. Xhaka maybe since the World Cup, not so much, but they've been sensational this year. Can City finally get a grasp on that midfield? Because you've seen rotation. Like you said, Bernardo Silva hasn't been at his best this entire year. These are the games where you've seen the last few seasons, no matter what kind of form City are in at the time, usually it's against Liverpool, right? This year it's against Arsenal, but that game is really where they tend to wake up, something snaps in them, and then they go on some crazy, crazy run. The thing is now, though, it's kind of do or die for them, in my opinion. If they are to lose this game, this might be one loss too far for Manchester City. On the flip side, though, if they beat Arsenal at the Emirates, I think they go level on points with you, albeit with a game in hand. But then all of a sudden, mentally, Arsenal maybe have that fear factor. And
Arsenal can't lose this one.
Maybe they mentally start to crumble. You know, Arsenal in February anyways, they got poor history there. And Manchester City, they've been here a million times. So honestly, this game for me is fascinating. I think the title says it all. The thumbnail says it all. Biggest game of the season by far, man.
Right. Man City, Arsenal. I don't know if you know this, Troopz, bro. You probably know because you've probably been to many of the games. But they've beaten you in their last 10 league games, bro.
Yeah, we haven't beaten
for the last 5 years. I've done the double over Arsenal.
The last time was Cazorla, I think, the game at the Etihad where Cazorla ran the show. That's
it was the season after we beat them at home. Walcott and Giroud, I believe.
Yeah, it was at home.
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure who scored in that game, but
Walcott got the first one. He put heart in a spliff blood. I was right. Walcott and Giroud, didn't it?
Yeah,
but look,
see, my memory is, you know what I'm saying? They call me a fake fan, but you get me.
Walcott, Giroud, past Joe Hart. Like, come on, bro.
Yaya Toure scored.
He scored a banger. It was 81st minute. It was on his left foot.
Good memory, bro.
Yeah.
It was the 81st minute. That's good memory still. But listen, so obviously City have that kind of edge over Arsenal. So this is why I think it's even bigger if Arsenal win this game. Because look, if you win, you go 6 points clear with a game in hand. That could be 9 points. But the actual psychological edge over beating Man City. If it was Chelsea, cool, you've beaten Chelsea over the years. But if it's City, who have literally, bro, everyone's going to be seeing these stats. Sky Sports are going to be reading it out a million times. Saka, all these men are going to be sitting at home knowing, I've never beat Man City in the league. So beating them, honestly, I think this is the game that if Arsenal win it, you're going to go and win the league. Are you actually confident of that, though?
What if we'll win or win the league?
To win the game and then what it means going forward.
If we win the game, I've said it already. If we win the game, we win the league. If we win the game, we win the league, blood. You get me? Because we're missing a bit of confidence, and that's going to be the shot of adrenaline to get this team going again. Because Smith Rowe's only around the corner. Jesus is about 2.5 weeks away. You get me? So we're only going to get stronger, blood. You get me? Trossard is coming and hit the ground running. You understand? So I have confidence if we do win the game that we can. All right, cool. Here, all right, we're back again now, blood, as the catchphrase goes. Let's go on another run now, blood. Let's build up momentum, because what you see with us this season is when we lost to you, man, we went on a fantastic run. When we drew with Southampton, another good run. Newcastle, another little run. Since the City game now at Etihad with the FA Cup, that's been the longest blip this season, bro. It's we've gone again. We do brush it off our shoulder. Wham! You get me? I think we just need that one win. And if that win comes against City, that's it, it's done. That's when I'll be like, cool, because that's the thing. I remember being in I know title races, isn't it? I've been involved. It's been a long time, but I've been involved in them. And I know that if you win, you as well, blood. Let's get that right, blood, yeah? You as well, blood, yeah? Ain't like, me. You're just Justy. You even want a blood clot trophy, let alone title, blood, yeah? You might have fight for Carabao. You might have fight for Carabao Cup, yeah? Let's not forget that one, Cabs, yeah? You understand? True's not a Man United show. True's not a Man United show. I'm not sending for you, blood. But I will send for your Clark real quick, blood. And then we'll keep it moving again. Real, and we'll keep it moving again, blood. You understand? But I know that when we used to go at it with United, and then when Chelsea stepped into it, you have to win the home game, blood. You get me? You have to win the home game. The only time we didn't win the home game was Invincible season when we drew home and away. But in that season, Chelsea held it home and away. Liverpool held it home and away. Tottenham held it home and then we drew away. And then we won the league at their ground with the draw. You understand? So that was the only one season. 98, we done you home and away. 2002, we done you home and away. You understand? You have to win home and away. For me, you win at home, then when you go up there, you know minimum draw. You know from you beat them at home, you know minimum you're getting a draw. Because you're gonna go up there with a little gap. You understand? They already know that they don't need to really come out here and win. And the way these men have been playing, you understand? We can go back to how we was playing. But it's just getting that win, you get me?
So on the flip side, let's talk about the flip side though now.
Yeah, if we lose, we're done.
Yeah, so I want to go into so wait, if you
it's not like we're second.
You win the league, you lose the title.
So do you think this is literally
because that'll be
winner takes all, basically? Is that how you see it?
Yeah, 100%. This is winner takes all, bro. Because that'll be 2 losses out of the last 3 games. That'll be, you understand, 7 points dropped out of the last 9, blood. You understand? That's not good enough, bro. You get me? And City will go top. You understand? That's the first time they'll go top as well. That's the first time we're chasing. You get me? Yeah, we have a game in hand, but that game in hand is a couple games down the line. We fuck up in our next game after that. They win it. Bang. You understand? More decline. More confidence gets lost. You understand? Jesus is coming into a less happier space. You get me?
More pressure.
Blood. You understand? He can handle it because he's been in that predicament. Yeah. But there's not enough people that have been in that position. You understand? Where it's do or die win. We had it for the last 2 seasons. And that's why I don't fully commit to Arteta. That's why I say like I'm 95%. Because no. And it's not even like it's real, bro. Because when you check his full 3 seasons, this is his third season, yeah? His first 2 full season, he's fucked it in the last section of the season. Where Europa League, we fucked it and went out against Emery. Last season, it was top 4. This year, we're going for the league now, blood. So you understand? I've got that worry there that when we do get to crunch time, there's not enough there, blood. You understand? And I think we did miss a trick in the transfer window. I don't think the Mudryk thing's going to hurt us. I think the Felix thing's going to hurt us. And that's the one I wanted. You get me? He's proven. And I knew that. You understand? Simeone's got him tied up like a prisoner, blood. You understand? Prisoner of war, blood. Real talk. Man was in Guantanamo Bay. Man wasn't in Athletic. Man wasn't in Madrid. Man was in Guantanamo Bay, bro. You understand? He was pissed, bro. You understand? He was on fucking consolatory. He was in what do you call it?
What's it?
What is it?
Solitary confinement.
Solitary confinement. 23-hour bang up, bro. You understand? 1 hour to have a bash, a wash. And brush your teeth and eat a food, blood. He was living bread and water life, blood. You understand? No Portuguese seasoning. He was pissed, bro. Plain paella, bro. Not even no meat or fish, blood. Just rice. You understand? Dry rice, blood. Yeah, he was suffering. You get me? He's the one that I was like, when I said shit. He's the one that I know he's gonna come in. He has experience of winning a title. You get me? He's experienced player, playing at the highest level. Pressure, points, bro. You need a little bit more experience. You get me? That's why I think if we were to lose, we're second, bro. You get me?
Yeah, but I think you're going. Yes.
I was gonna say João Felix. Anyways, for me, that guy is born to play for Arsenal. Honestly, you think about players that would have played under Wenger. That's João Felix for me. But I agree with you, Troopz. I was saying even during the window, right now everyone is. I know Arsenal fans were a little on edge because of the Jorginho thing and the Trossard thing, but I think people were willing to look past it because of the form you were in. Okay, we'll back Arteta, we'll back the board. We've done so far so well, but I'm of the opinion that, look, Edu has messed up every single transfer window for Arteta, and eventually Arteta, he's making wine out of sewage water, but you can only go so far with that kind of stuff. And I'm of the belief anyways, to sustain success, not just get there, but sustain it, you have to keep adding with quality and quality and quality. And Trossard and Jorginho are good in their own right, but for a team that's fighting for the league against City, with the best players in the world, you needed more than that. And I agree with you, bro. That might be what ends. Imagine you guys missing out on your main target is what stops you from winning the league. There's no guarantee you go back and win the league next season. That'd be a huge L on the board's part.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Go on,
Cams.
Yeah, I know. I think though, like Arteta likes managing these kind of inexperienced young kind of guys though, because at the end of the day, he's a young, inexperienced manager, and he's impressed everyone. Look, I don't care what no one says. 90% of people thought Arteta out or thought he's gonna get sacked at one point. I mean, maybe at 3 points, people thought he was gonna get sacked, right? But he's managed to get through, so it's not a diss to him. He's a good manager, right? But I think he likes managing these type of people. I don't think he necessarily not wants to, but you see the experienced 30-year-olds, 31-year-olds. He brought in Jorginho in a last-minute kind of panic, but he wanted Caicedo. Again, a guy who's only played 6 months of top-flight football. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I think he likes managing these young, inexperienced
You think he's
guys.
like a Klopp where he likes to grow the player instead of like a Pep where he wants it ready-made, or like you're like a year away from going kaboom?
Yeah, bro, look at the way we brought in Casemiro. I don't see Arteta ever trying to make a signing like that. I don't see that. I see him wanting to get someone that's 21, 22 that he can mold. That's not seen too much more than him. He ain't seen more than Arteta. He's able to kind of control them, mold them into what he wants. Right. And then they'll go on and be great players or whatever, like we've seen with all these guys. But
that's what he wanted, Cam. That's what he wanted. Players like Mudryk, João Felix, and
this is what I'm saying. But in a title race, you can't just lean on Zinchenko and Jesus being the ones that have won it, and Jesus is out now. The rest of them, who else in there can be like, listen, calm down. I've been here. I've done that. This is how we do things. Yeah, I mean, look at us. Varane can do that. Casemiro can do that. We can look at them and be like, Ronaldo was here earlier. Okay, he's gone away. But you look at other teams, City, obviously they got all these players that can do that. But I just think that when you look at Arsenal's team, you can only really rely on one man, which is Zinchenko at the moment, to really say, I've been there, done that at this level. That's why I think Arsenal's moments of maybe, I want to say bottling it, or basically bottling the top four, bottling the finals or whatever, it comes down to inexperience. Yeah, I'm trying to say, we praise them as much as we can because they're inexperienced young players at this level playing at the top of the league. But at the same time, you got to look at their age and their inexperience when it comes to the high pressure moments. And listen, I could be all wrong. They could go and beat City and win the league. I still think they're going to beat City. That's what's funny. But I don't know. This is where you start to look at it and be like, where's the experience that can kind of guide
me personally, I agree, maybe experience on some part, but I'm of the belief that this Arsenal team, right, 1 through 11, I don't think this is like the best group of players we've ever seen in a title challenge or win the league. I think quality is really what they were, top end quality. Obviously, they're good players, but I always say, like, I couldn't see any of these players for me in 10 years being in conversations to be in Premier League all-time debates, like perhaps Liverpool or City. So I think adding players of course, they're young players, so they have
like further down the line, I can see like a Saka being. You can maybe even an older guard like a Martinelli. There's a couple, even Saliba. Like we got some Partey. If we win the league, then
see, like me, Partey, I could never put Partey for me in 10 years in an all-time Premier League debate. As good as he's been, But that's my whole thing.
Look at people like Michael Essien and that. They got into these kind of conversations.
Do they? Maybe Essien is the level. I don't put Essien in those conversations either. But my point is, I believe that Arsenal need to add that top-end quality to then go up against City and Liverpool consistently. Because this current team, if they aren't to strengthen massively, I don't know if I see them going 3-4 years like City and Liverpool did, going 95 points every single season. I feel like this first half of the season went perfectly for them. Everything that could have gone right went right. And of course, I believe Arteta, he has the potential to be in those all-time debates as a manager. But I think the players, they need more of that quality. And I think that failure to get it in January could hurt them this season.
January, though, man. Like, Bowley's making January look easy, bro. January is not easy, you know, bro. January is not easy. But
when you lose 3 of your targets, like, it's kind of like, when you lose 2 and then you don't even get 1, it's kind of like,
Are you one of them ones that look at Edu and see what's going on with, like, because a lot of Arsenal fans, they kind of put a lot to Edu. I don't really, maybe I'm not plugged into the streets too much, but I don't really hear too much about Kroenke's too much. Not saying that Arsenal fans are happy with Kroenke's. I'm just saying, but you hear a lot about Edu's kind of transfer strategy, his pull, really. Like, a lot of people say that he misses out on many of his targets.
So many.
What do you think about that?
Edu, for me, like, I don't know how he's got this job, like, you know me, Cam's blood. You understand? Like, big man thing, like the Brazilian man them told us, like, are you really hiring this bro? Are you really hiring this don? You're taking it from us. Take him. His own people don't want him, bro. Why are we taking him, blood? You understand? Man are talking Arsenal legend. You was Vieira's boot cleaner.
Nah,
Let's
he
have it
weren't
right,
no
blood.
Yeah,
you was Vieira's boot cleaner, bro. You understand? You used to keep the car, you used to run the car for Gilberto, blood. When he was in training, you'd go out and run the car, keep the car warm. You understand? That was you, bro. You get me, blood. Doing the flipping, cleaning the boots, blood. You understand? You was cleaning the boots. Who was a young G them time there, blood? You was cleaning the boot with David Bentley, blood. You and David Bentley, bro. It hit me in the boot room, blood. You know, with the toothbrush, blood. You understand? You man, even gave you the right flipping, bro. Like the amount of targets this man has missed, yeah, it's like watching Werner play football, blood. You understand? Or Lukaku. It's just
Nunes.
like the goal is there. Nunes, the goal is there. Like you understand? Man needs to put an arrow. You understand? Like he moves so late for the targets. He dilly dallies. He's on his fucking Instagram. Oh, I'm cooking. Yeah, I'm cooking. You're probably flipping giving your family salmonella, God forbid, blood. You understand? Some flipping pink sausage blood. Pause. You understand? Like, what's wrong with him, man? Bro, he's so annoying, bro. Like, he got this job on the technicality, bro. You get me? Like
the legend of recommended.
I swear, bro. Like Andy Tate vibes, bro. Like a technicality, mate. Yeah,
technicality. You know,
like if we lose this title, yeah, he for me he should go into the season. You get me?
That's mad. That's a madness.
Is it wrong? Nah. Spitting. I agree with you.
That's not. I'm just saying. It's just mad that like you could go from 5th to a title charge and sacked, bro.
Hold on. That's not him. Edu has basically got Arteta's team right now. I feel is 80% all of his second choices. Arteta for me deserves massive credit for where he's gotten Arsenal, but Edu, bro. Edu missed out on Vlahovic, Lisandro Martinez, now Caicedo, Mudryk. Bro, this entire team, bar the guys that Arteta brought through from the academy, like Saka, Martinelli, and so on and so forth. It's all.
He didn't even bring Saka and Martinelli through, blood. It was Emery.
Yeah, there you go. So it's all second and third choices. Edu, I'm with you, bro. If y'all don't win the league this year, even if you do, maybe I think you got to upgrade in that position, man.
Boy, you see that corrupt seller. You see that corrupt Ralstonelli. He would have got Felix, blood. Yeah, he would have got Felix, blood. Yeah, you would have got Felix, blood. Yeah, trust me. Caicedo, all these man, we would have got them, man.
Boy, Edu, innit? Club legend hype, innit? That's what they want him for. But listen, all right, cool. Let's think about the game. Let's get your prediction for the game, bro. Like, how do you see this game going? Because you know what, I'm speaking to a lot of Arsenal fans, right? And I feel like there's a confidence there, but then there's a big withdrawal as well. It's like no one's saying it with chest. No one's saying it with chest no more. You know what I mean? That you're gonna win, and then this is what you're gonna do to go and win the league. I'm seeing a lot of. So, what do you think, Troopz? Are Arsenal winning this game? And tell me what you see as the prediction.
Boy.
Yo.
Boy. It's blood like
Emirates, bro. Under the lights.
It's Emirates under the lights, but they've picked up form. We've dropped form.
Ashburton Army.
It's
in the cup.
The drummer did more than Odegaard on Saturday. I'll tell you that for free, blood. You understand? Shout out the drummer, blood. You get me? He don't need to do no arm day in the gym. All he's got to do is leg braid, blood. Man was banging the thing off, blood. Jesus Christ. But my heart says 2-1 Arsenal. My head says 1-1. I think like this 1-1's not bad because you keep the gap. You get me? We live to fight another day, but I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's blood. It's mate.
I know Arsenal fans fear, bro, that 14-game winning run that City go on every year. I know they're I don't know if they're gonna go on it, but I know Arsenal fans in the back of their minds are terrified that shit is coming, and they don't want this game to be the catalyst for that. I know Arsenal fans are scared shitless, man, honestly.
The problem is, right? The problem is like this is, as I said in the start, this is for me, like as Troopz mentioned. Yes, there was that Danny Welbeck game against Leicester, but we even saw how that ended up anyway. But this
And
is
you
the
could say
biggest
that
game.
was a better team than this team.
Oh,
When you look
yeah.
at when you look at the caliber of player,
When you look at
Ozil,
caliber.
Alexis,
Mhm.
the prime, like the levels they were at,
Yeah.
Santi, that team
Ramsey,
was
and them. That was
Rams.
a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do think this is the biggest game since the Emirates has opened, bro. Obviously, opening day, is obviously a big day, of course, at the Emirates.
Wenger's last game as well. That was a big game.
Yeah, that's occasion. Okay, that's
Yeah,
occasion.
yeah.
Let's move occasions aside, like the opening day, Wenger's last day. I think this is the biggest game that the Emirates have had. Bigger than the Barcelona 2011, bigger than this Leicester game.
Even the Champions League semi between us two.
Yeah, bigger than that one. We know how that ended up as well. Ronaldo came through, crashed on it. You know what I mean? But this one,
how's your legend living now, blood? My legend was not at that age doing up a Qatari life.
Your legend
Saudi life, blood.
Doing up New York Red Bulls, bro. He was doing. What was he doing?
Yeah, MLS is better level than Saudi, bro. You get me? What's that man they're doing?
No,
Shisha and chill,
bro.
Allow it, blood.
32, my legend was winning UCLs, bro.
I was gonna say under 37.
My legend was winning UCL at 32. That's when he won it at fucking. That's when he won it at.
What was the Ballon d'Or?
He got robbed. We all know this. Yeah? Let's not get into that. Yeah, let's not get into that. Yeah, we know Henry got robbed. It's a travesty that he don't have a Ballon d'Or, bro.
We got
it's a
5
travesty.
of them things, bro. 5 of them things.
You can have 5 of them, blood. Yeah, Henry's the GOAT of the Premier League, blood. Yeah, remember that one, blood. Yeah,
I agree. But has Henry done a back-to-back? Has Henry done a 3-peat? Yeah, there we go. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to go into that. Listen,
Henry won 3 back-to-back golden boots, blood. You get me? So
he talks more like a Barca fan these days, if you ask me, bro.
Not when he saw me, blood. You get me? When he saw me, it was a yo, hey, Troopz, how is the kids? How's the fam? I was like, raw, man, I got kids, blood. Oh shit.
Hey, that's too funny, bro.
It was mad,
but yes, listen, biggest game of the season. It's just a different type of pressure. City, this is not their biggest game of any period. We remember when they went to when they played Liverpool and Leroy Sané scored that goal. They've been in these moments many times, and even when they're going on that 18-game run, every single game is basically this game because Liverpool were winning 16 in a row themselves. So every game was this game, but this is the biggest one of the Emirates era, and I just think even though it's so much pressure for Arsenal, I'm just not going to go back on what I've seen. I still don't know if City are City. They might go and prove me wrong, but I think this is going to be one of those legendary nights that you put into the Arsenal history books. Arsenal going to do it for me, and I think from there, then they go and win the league, and then we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be mad. It's crazy, but I think it's going to happen, bro. Lias, what are you saying? What's your prediction? So you're going Troopz. You're going 2-1 Arsenal, yeah?
Yeah, 2-1 Arsenal.
What are you saying, Lias?
I've been saying it for the last 2 months, bro. Arsenal are title winners elect. It's written in the stars. I know the last 3 games have been banana slips here and there, but to be honest, bro, it's not the easiest of games. Brentford, let's not get it twisted. They're a problem for a lot of teams this year. I just look at Arsenal this year, and I think Arteta in the dressing room, we have to fucking do it, guys. We need to get everyone. I think Arsenal win this game. They go up 2-0. The stadium is bouncing. Haaland gets a consolation in the last 5 minutes.
So you go 2-1 as well.
2-1 Arsenal, and they go on to win the league, bro. They're the best team in the league this season for me. So quality will prevail.
No change, boy. It could no change. What are you saying, Troopz? You're not thinking about United now? You're not thinking about us?
Yeah.
We
got half an eye on the game. Don't worry about us, bro.
The little horse that just getting our milk in. You're not thinking about us now?
You man at Liverpool when we used to go at it, blood, they'd just be there floating like, cut, man.
Yeah,
and then Chelsea try to pop up and cut, man.
Well, we do our thing, man. But listen, don't let us get Qatar because you know what's going to happen, Troopz. Don't let us get the Qatari owners. You know what's going to happen. But listen, guys, that was another episode, man. This is even final whistle. This is just an Arsenal-Manchester City preview. Biggest game of the season. Troopz, big up yourself for coming through, man. Listen, anytime you want to jump on the platform, the doors are open for sure. I'm going to be watching your reaction, looking to see. It could be positive or negative. Either way, I'm watching what's going on after that game, bro. Trust me. Lias, of course, co-host as usual. Big up yourself as well. And guys, make sure you hit the likes, share, subscribe, turn the notifications on. A lot of content coming in the next couple weeks, next couple days. It's Valentine's Day now. Go and get some gal, man. Go and, you know what I mean? But make sure you guys wrap up, man. We're out.